Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the next life process, that is respiration. Where do we get energy from? We get energy from the food we eat. Food has energy stored in the form of chemical energy. The food that we eat must be converted into glucose to release energy. This process of converting food into glucose is done by our digestive system, which produces digestive juices that convert complex carbohydrates into glucose. This glucose is then taken by our blood to different cells. Inside the cell, the glucose is broken down to release energy. This process is called cellular respiration. There are two types of cellular respiration, aerobic and anaerobic. Let us first see aerobic respiration. Aerobic means involving air or oxygen. So what is aerobic respiration? Aerobic respiration means the respiration that takes place in the presence of oxygen. So, in aerobic respiration, inside the cell, the glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen to release energy. Do you know how oxygen reaches each of your cells? It is when we breathe. The oxygen that reaches our lungs is carried by the blood to different cells in our body. Our cells use this oxygen to break down glucose to release energy. In this process, carbon dioxide and water are released. The next type of respiration is the anaerobic respiration. It is the respiration that takes place in the absence or lack of oxygen. Have you noticed sports persons getting muscle cramps? Have you noticed when it takes place? Muscle cramps usually occurs when a person is involved in heavy exercise like cycling, running, speed walking, etc. for a long time. Such exercises need a lot of energy and thus the oxygen in muscle cells will be less. In the absence of oxygen, muscle cells undergo anaerobic respiration and produces energy along with lactic acid. Lactic acid is toxic to our body and the accumulation of this lactic acid causes muscle cramps. Now, what can we do to relieve from these muscle cramps? We can have a hot water bath or a massage in the affected area. This will help in increasing the blood circulation in that area. More blood means more oxygen. So, in the presence of oxygen, the lactic acid will be broken down into carbon dioxide and water, and the cramp will be released. This is yeast in sugar solution. Do you know how yeast cells get energy? They get energy by anaerobic respiration. That is, in the absence of oxygen, glucose will be broken down to release carbon dioxide, alcohol, and energy. As yeast produces alcohol in the process of respiration, it is used for the preparation of wines and beers. The organisms like yeast which undergo anaerobic respiration are called anaerobes. Now let us see the human respiratory system in detail. In human beings, the air is taken into the body through the nostrils. The air passing through the nostrils is filtered by fine hairs and mucus. And next, the air passes through the throat and then a pipe called trachea. Trachea consists of rings of cartilage which ensures that the air passage does not collapse. From here, the air passes into the bronchi before entering into the lungs. The bronchi keeps branching into smaller tubes called bronchioles. Bronchiole ends in a balloon-like structure called the alveoli. The alveoli provide surface for the exchange of gases, that is, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Of the alveoli contain an extensive network of blood vessels. As we breathe in, we lift our ribs and flatten our diaphragm, as a result of which the chest cavity becomes larger. The air gets sucked into the lungs and fills the expanded alveoli. The oxygen in the alveolar air is taken by the blood cells in the alveolar blood vessels. The oxygen in the red blood cells is then transported to all the cells in the body. This in turn releases carbon dioxide, which diffuses into the blood and finally reaches the alveoli. In large animals like elephant, it is difficult for the oxygen to reach all parts of the body simply by diffusion. The hemoglobin, the respiratory pigment in our red blood cell, binds with oxygen and carries it to all parts of the body. Thus, oxygen is distributed to all the tissues in the body. The tissues in turn releases carbon dioxide, which diffuses into the nearby blood capillaries. Carbon dioxide is more soluble in water than oxygen and thus mostly is transported in the dissolved form in our blood.